What if I told you that your future wasn't decided by one big decision, but by a choice so small you barely notice it? Not tomorrow, not next year, today, right now. Because every single day, your brain is quietly casting votes for the person you're becoming. And the scary part is, most of those votes happen without you even realizing it. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your daily choices the same way again. Imagine two people. They're the same age. They earn the same amount of money. They have similar intelligence, similar opportunities, and even similar dreams. 1 year later, almost nothing has changed. But 10 years later, one is healthy, financially free, confident, and living the life they once imagined. The other feels stuck, stressed, and constantly wondering, what happened? What caused such a huge difference? Not luck, not talent, not some secret shortcut. It started with a choice so small it looked completely meaningless. This is called the 1% rule. Most people believe success comes from dramatic moments, getting promoted, starting a business, winning the lottery. But psychology tells a very different story. Your brain isn't built around giant decisions. It's built around repeated patterns. Every tiny action sends your brain a message. I am disciplined. I am lazy. I finish what I start. I'll do it later. The brain listens. Then it slowly turns those messages into your identity. Here's a simple experiment. Imagine you have two identical airplanes taking off from New York. One pilot changes the direction by only 1 degree. Just 1 degree. At first, both planes look like they're flying together. Nothing seems different. But after hours of flying, one lands in Miami. The other lands hundreds of miles away. The difference wasn't created at the end. It was created at the beginning. Your life works exactly the same way. One extra chapter instead of scrolling social media. One healthy meal instead of fast food. One workout instead of saying, maybe tomorrow. These choices don't change your life overnight. They change your direction, and direction always beats speed. Here's something most people never notice. Your brain loves immediate rewards. That's why eating junk food feels better than eating vegetables. Scrolling feels easier than studying. Sleeping in feels better than exercising. The problem is that immediate rewards often create delayed pain. Meanwhile, the difficult choices create delayed rewards. Your brain is playing today's game. Successful people learn to play tomorrow's game. Now think about this. Imagine someone offered you $1 million today, or 1 penny that doubles every day for 30 days. Almost everyone takes the million. It feels obvious, but by day 30, that penny becomes more than $5 million. Tiny improvements work exactly like compound interest. They're invisible at first, then suddenly, they become impossible to ignore. This is why people quit too early. They expect results before the compound effect has time to work. They go to the gym for 2 weeks. Nothing changes. They stop. They read 3 books. Still feel average. They stop. They save money for 1 month. The number looks too small. They stop. They don't fail because the habit didn't work. They fail because they left before the miracle happened. Psychologists call this the plateau of latent potential. It's the frustrating period where you're improving, but reality hasn't caught up yet. Imagine pushing a giant block of ice in a freezing room. You push. Nothing happens. You push again. Still nothing. You keep pushing. Nothing changes. Then suddenly, the temperature rises by 1 tiny degree. The ice melts. To someone watching, it looks like magic. But the melting didn't happen because of that final degree. It happened because of every degree before it. Your progress is often invisible until it isn't. Now here's the twist that changes everything. Tiny bad choices compound too. Skipping 1 workout isn't dangerous. Neither is 1 unnecessary purchase or 1 hour of mindless scrolling. But your brain doesn't record isolated actions. It records patterns, and patterns become habits. Habits become identity. Identity becomes destiny. That's why saying, it's just 1 time is more dangerous than it sounds, because 1 time teaches your brain what's acceptable. Now ask yourself this. If every action is casting a vote, what are you voting for today? Are you voting to become healthier, smarter, kinder, stronger? Or are your daily choices quietly voting against the future you say you want? Here's something fascinating. The most successful people don't rely on motivation. Motivation disappears. Discipline gets tired. Willpower runs out. Instead, they design tiny systems that make good choices automatic. A book on the pillow instead of the phone. Healthy food already prepared. Savings transferred before spending. The goal isn't becoming perfect. The goal is making the right choice slightly easier than the wrong one. Because every day, you're becoming someone, whether you notice it or not. Years from now, you'll wake up inside a life built almost entirely from tiny decisions you barely remember making. The person you become won't be created by one dramatic moment. It will be created by thousands of ordinary moments that nobody applauded. The next time you think it's only one choice, remember this. Your future isn't watching the biggest decisions you make. It's watching the smallest ones, because the life you dream about doesn't arrive all at once. It arrives 1% at a time.